Okay guys, for this video we're going to talk about unit testing. We're going to be using xUnit and mock for this test. So let's get started. So this is my unit test. We're just going to do a simple test here. We only have one service and one method inside the service. But I just wanted to show an example of what we would apply to the test just to kind of create a very structured application. So let me talk about how I got here first before getting into the code. So first, you want to go to your solution, and then you want to go to Add Project, New Project, and then with here, just type in xUnit, and then what I use is this template. So once you create that, what I did is how I named it is based off of the layer and then .test. So in our case, this is our namespace, and then our layer that we're going to test from is the application layer. So it's this service, the one that we're actually going to test. So just to keep it named structurally, we just added the .test. So in here, my class that is going to hold the test is for the game service, so just call it game service test. And then I just have one test here. So what this is doing is there's kind of a three-step process: arrange, act, and assert. So for arrange, what we want to do is mock up the dependencies that we have in the actual game service. So as we see here in game service, we have these two dependencies that we're injecting that hold the methods that we're going to use to actually do this whole process. So we're doing that because we can create a mock version of those dependencies, and then we're creating this test data as well. So then we're doing the setup here for each of the dependencies. So we're just saying, if we call that repository, and within that repository we call the fetch today's games async, it's going to return back a list of games, and these are our list of games. And then, as well as our game repo, if we call the save games async, and if we're supplying it with a list of games, DTO, then it returns a completed task. So that's the arrange. Along with the, we're going to create our service, our game service object, with our mocked dependencies that we created. Then our act is we're just simply going to call our sync games async, because that is our method here that we're testing. And then we're going to assert it. So then this is how we're going to verify that the dependencies that we arranged actually return back the values and the process that we predicted, or not predicted, that should come out. So if I click here to test and run all tests, I have a success. Okay, cool. So yeah, so just a simple test here. In the next video, we're gonna add logging onto the code, because that should be the second to last video, because we want to have logging whenever we run our application. So I'm going to log it locally on my computer, just to kind of show how to properly log and store the data. So if something bad happens, or if we want to maintain it, we can know from the logs. After that, the last video will probably be running a scheduled task that will run the application every day, so that we can see the data get refreshed in our SQL IDB. So, all right, I'll see you then. Bye.